Welcome everyone, Nancy Halasic back here to do the 6th class of chair yoga with you. We've done a series now of 6 different classes. There's a lot of similarities, a lot of repetitive postures that we do each time we practice. But I'm trying to mix things up a little bit and add something different each week. So over the next few months, you'll have the opportunity to just cycle through the different classes, and hopefully that will help you get through these winter months. And hopefully we'll be able to get back together next year to practice yoga. So today we'll be focusing more on the twists and just some cautions for the twists. We do a lot of gentle ones, but some that are a little bit deeper. And so if you've had recent surgery, abdominal surgery, if you have a hernia, if you're having abdominal problems or stomach problems today, the twists are not the best thing for you to be doing. So just do some side stretches or some different movements. A gentle twist just side to side is probably okay, but you don't want to overdo. So that's just a word of caution. And then also today we'll be talking about the immune system and what yoga can do to help us get through these winter months with the colds and the flu and the virus that is out there right now. So good to maintain our healthy immune systems as much as we can. So we'll start with that. I have an issue of Yoga Journal that speaks to the issues of our immunity, and I'll just read a few tips from the magazine. 5 mindful tips to beat stress and boost your immune system. Your immune system at work. Your immune system illustrates your body's intrinsic ability to heal. It fights foreign invaders by sending an army of white blood cells through the bloodstream and a fluid called lymph through your lymphatic system. So asana, or the postures, and pranayama, or the breath work that we do, aid in this filtering process by encouraging flow and movement of lymph. So the first thing to do to build your immunity, stay connected to others and share your kindness. Humans are social animals designed for connection. So check in with those around you, friends, family, and offer support. Remember that helping others gives you a mission, a purpose, and a meaning. And then do more yoga. Even a few minutes of poses or inversions carries infection-fighting white blood cells throughout your system. Number 3, cultivate calm with mindful breathing. Elongated exhalations stimulate your vagus nerve, which gives your heart a signal to slow down and activates your rest, digest, and rejuvenate response. So really sit tall and then take some nice, deep diaphragmatic breaths. And try to have your exhalation a little bit longer than your inhalation. So say you have a 4-count inhale, perhaps try a 6-count exhalation, and just that longer exhalation will help you release and relax. Number 4, practice meditation. Meditation trains your brain and body to increase the efficacy of the relaxation response. Here's a visualization to try. Imagine a light within you that expands with each breath, and see it grow beyond your body, your home, your city, and nation. And visit your light, touching the light of others surrounding you. Remember, feeling a connection with others is a particularly powerful way of stimulating the immune response. And then rest up. Sleep is key to keeping distress down and immunity up. So some tips from Yoga Journal magazine. And over these months when you're not practicing here, I'd encourage you to safely go to a bookstore and see if you can pick up perhaps a yoga magazine or a yoga book and just kind of look through them and see if the book speaks to you. And it can be a great, great aid to you, a great help. So we begin by going into the seated mountain pose. We want our feet nicely grounded on the floor or our mat beneath us. We'd like to have the knees and the toes tracking ahead. We want to feel the connection on the floor, pressing the feet gently in. We want to feel the connection on the chair seat. And then grow the spine as long as you can by lifting through the heart center and also lifting through the crown of the head. And then we'll close the eyes and go inward, trying to quiet the mind that's so full of thoughts, one racing after the other. You can think of your mind like a snow globe that we had as kids, and that snow globe is shaken up right now. And so you want those flakes of snow to gently settle to the bottom of that snow globe. So think of your thoughts as those flakes of snow and just allow them to slowly settle down. Breathing in, breathing out. Doing an internal body scan from head to toe. Noting if you might need a little extra help somewhere in the body. And then try to send some life force energy that's connected to the breath. We call it prana. Try to send that to that area of the body. Just release, relax, completely let go. We often hold tension in the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders, so just consciously release in those areas. And follow your breath. So we're not thinking about the past. We have no concerns for the future. We just bring ourselves present. Let's stay in this quiet, peaceful place for a minute or so as we prepare for our practice today. And now we'll gently bring our awareness back to this place, to this time, and we'll slowly open the eyes, but again, we want to keep the gaze soft, and by that I mean keep your focus inward on what you're doing and what you're feeling. Think of these words: breathe, release, relax, allow, watch what's going on in the body. Let's extend the fingertips down towards the ground now and do our gentle shoulder shrugs. Again, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, squeezing the shoulder blades back behind us, and come down and around. This can feel particularly good when you first get up in the morning. And do 3 or 4 reps. And then move in the opposite direction. We're going to come up and forward, down and around. Now getting a greater stretch across the upper back. And we'll do one more in this direction. And then we'll go in reverse again, up, back, down and around. And then come back to center for the sun breaths. Palms out forward, arms out to the side, inhaling up, taking the gaze up if you choose. On the exhalation, turn your palms outward and slowly bring those arms back down. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Think of the blood and the lymph flowing beautifully throughout the body with these simple movements. And even if you're confined to a chair, just moving the upper body in this fashion is very beneficial. Let's inhale up. This time we're going to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the thumbs, getting them gently warmed up. Again, inhale up, and this time we'll add wrist rotations. Inhale up. Now bring the palms together in prayer position. Press them firmly together and bring them back in front of the heart center. And now we'll inhale up And exhale out and around. Use the breath. Allow the free flow of energy throughout the body. And we'll do one more here. And then we'll release the hands back to the lap, and we want to work the cervical spine or the neck. So we're going to sit tall, and we're going to take the shoulders back and down. And then with that long neck, we'll tuck the chin toward the chest. We do want to keep a little bit of space between the chin and the chest. If the chin is all the way down on the chest, you're actually blocking energy. And then with your chin still tucked, let's rotate it over toward the left shoulder. And just hold here, keep breathing. And then bring the chin back to center, keep it tucked, and rotate it off toward the right shoulder. Holding here, breathing. And then draw the chin back to center. Now we're going to start looking up and down. On the inhalation, scoop your chin forward and up without overarching the back of the neck. And then on the exhalation, bring the chin back down. Again, inhale as you scoop forward and up. Exhale back down. And one more. Scoop that chin forward and up. And exhale back down. Then we draw the chin up so it's parallel to the floor, and we look side to side. We'll go to the right side first. Inhale and just take your gaze off to the right. Hold over here and breathe. Usually 3 to 5 nice deep breaths is enough. And then come back to center. Now inhale as you look off to your left. Hold over here, keep breathing. And then come back to center. Next, we'll take the ears towards the shoulders. The neck is long and the shoulders are down. Inhale up and over. The right ear moves toward the right shoulder. So you're getting a really nice stretch all the way from the ear through that shoulder. You'll feel it a little bit in the front of the shoulder and the upper back as well. And then lift as you come back to center. Inhale up and over now. Your left ear moves toward the left shoulder. Hold over here and keep breathing. And then bring the head back to center. Next, we place the fingers at the base of the head with the elbows out to the side. Press in to the head, press back into your fingers. So we're working the neck isometrically here. And then release and take the heels of the hands now to the eyebrows. Press in and press back. And then release the left hand and take the heel of the right hand above your right ear. Press in and back. And then release and take the heel of the left hand above the left ear. Press in and press back. And then releasing. We're going to do energizing work next, as we usually do. And if you are seated on the chair and you want to stay seated, you can just mimic the movements. You can march in place on the chair. You can take your legs wide and just move back and forth. And again, mimic the movements as much as you can. I'll come up to standing and I'll take my chair back behind me. And again, we're just going to march in place. Remember, they consider these days sitting the new smoking, so try to get up every half hour or so and just move around a little bit if you can. Pumping the arms, lifting the legs. Then come back to center and do the Yogic Rag Doll. You just shake and twist, and okay to tap the sides of the body a little bit. Again, trying to get every cell within you moving. Arms can go overhead if you don't have any shoulder issues. You can cross over the midline of the body. That's supposed to really help balance the brain, the two hemispheres of the brain. So again, twisting, gently tapping. And then come back to center and we'll go cross-country skiing. One arm in front, one behind, and gently swing those arms. If you want to imagine you actually are holding those poles, just grasp them. We'll get a slightly different feel to the movement then. And then crossing over the midline again. And coming back to center. And coming back to center. And then step touch. If you are standing and you're feeling a little bit wobbly, go behind a chair so you can hold on to that if you need. And then back at center, we do body circles. We'll extend the fingertips downward, then sweep both arms off to the side, overhead and around. Try to get the hips into this movement as well. And then you can move in the opposite direction. And then come back up. And next we climb to heaven. We have that imaginary ladder in front of us again. And we're going to pull ourselves up rung by rung. Again, think of the movement you're getting through the side body here. Think of all the lymph nodes, lymph glands in the sides of the body. And then imagine you're picking fruit. Some's fallen to the ground, so we'll get that as well. And then we'll come back up and back up the ladder. And then come back to standing. Next, we'll do our body tapping, left arm out, tap down the top of it, and then up the inside. And then go off to the other side. And then take the heels of the hands and just gently tap around the head a few times. Fingertips to the crown of the head, and then fingertips to your forehead. Move around the eyes. We can hold tension in the temple area of the eyes, so just gently tap there as well. And then down the cheeks, above the upper lip, cross your chin, and down the throat. And then fists on the upper chest. Go down the sides of the body, across the midriff again. And then open the palms wide and go down the outside of the legs and up the inside. And then we're just going to take our hands and do some gentle rotations on our tummies. The stomach is considered our second brain, wisdom in this area of the body too. So just some gentle circles there. And then take your fists and tap the buttocks. Move up to the tailbone area, and then move up the lower back until you actually feel your lower ribs. And then you can release back and down, stand tall and grounded in the mountain pose, shoulders back and down, strong legs. Arms out to the side. This is a gentle twist that most of us should be able to do. We're going to just inhale and turn off to the right. And then on your exhalation, bring yourself back to center. Inhale as you turn to your left. And exhale back. One more time to the right. And back to center. One more time to your left. And back to center. And then we'll return to the chair And we'll use chair posture so we can work on strengthening the legs. So we have strong legs. We take the arms out and in front of us. The chair seat is right behind us. Take a good inhalation here, and then on your exhalation, slowly bring yourself down to the chair seat. And then just take a moment to see how you're feeling right now. And then we'll work on toning and strengthening the upper body. We extend the fingertips down towards the floor and press the palms out behind us. In this simple movement, we're opening up the heart center nicely. Arms are nice and long. And then draw the fingertips down and out in front and reach away as much as you can, again, trying to create more space in the body. And then we'll work the wrists, bringing the fingertips down towards the floor, and then palms parallel to the floor, and then press out through the heels of the hands. And then palms parallel again, fingertips down, palms parallel, and fingertips up. Palms parallel to the floor, work the hands side to side. Come back to center, cup your hands, spread your fingers, and do a little bit of a twisting movement. And then imagine you're picking up a beautiful scarf that's in front of you. So fingertips and thumb tips come together here. And then release down. You can do another shoulder shrug. We float the arms out for arm circles, coming forward. Fingers are pointed here. Go in reverse. Try to work just a few of these movements into your everyday life. Making fists, we come forward and go in reverse. And then come back to center and press out through the heels of the hands, trying to open up that carpal tunnel area. Come back to center with the palms up, flutter a little bit. Forward, flutter, downward. Then if you can, rotate and go behind you a little bit. And then release down and do another shoulder shrug or two. And then today, let's just open and close the hands a bit. Try to get the hands nice and pink. And then scissors your fingers. Move the thumbs back and forth across the palm, and then do some rotations as well. And then we'll interlace the fingers, bringing the heels of the hands together, doing some more wrist work. You can start with just circles, stay there if you want. If you want to go deeper, do a figure 8 or an infinity sign here. And then come back to center and recross. Breathe, relax, and feel. Fingers are interlaced and we tug. We want to get out of the mind and into the body. And then recross. And then palms together in prayer position. Keep the press of the heels of the hands really firm. Inhaling, we come up, bringing the forearms together if you can. Open the palms towards the sky. Exhaling, the hands come back together and down. Beautiful, simple movements. And one more. Again, we inhale up, open, exhale, close, and come down, and release. And then we'll do a little bit of side stretching here. So we'll hold on to the left side of the chair and float the right arm out. We'll turn that palm up. On the inhalation, sweep the arm overhead. On the exhalation, tip to the left and try to stay in one plane. By that I mean don't tip forward or back. Keep that upper arm fairly close to your ear. Most importantly, breathe. And then lift as you come back to center, turn the palm outward and release down. And take hold of the right side of the chair. The left arm floats out, we turn that palm up. You're going to inhale and sweep that arm overhead. And then on the exhalation, tip off to the right. Again, the gaze can be straight in front of you, or you can look up and work the neck a little bit more. And then come back down. And then we'll twist in a couple different ways. Remember those concerns I spoke of earlier. If you've had recent abdominal surgery or thoracic surgery, if you have a hernia, stomach problems, better just to stay with some side stretching. So let's take the arms out. We're going to twist to the right. Inhale, elongating the spine. We lift up. On the exhalation, we twist to the right, left hand taking the outside of the right thigh, and your right arm going out behind you, and then let your gaze follow as well. Simple movements that help us function day to day, backing out of the garage, just in general, looking behind us. And come back to center. Floating the arms out, again, inhale and elongate, lift up. On the exhalation, twist to the left. Now the right hand takes the outside of your left thigh, and your left arm goes out behind you. Breathe into the twist. And then come back to center. So twists are really good to keep the spine flexible, and then also you're moving internal organs around a bit so they get a little better circulation, a little bit of exercise for the internal organs. We're going to deepen that twist and add a little different arm movement to it. So we're sitting tall, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. And this is considered a seated version of the Lord of the Fishes posture. So what I'd like to do is have us float our arms out, inhale, elongate. On the exhalation, twist to the left. Now again, the left hand to the right, twist to the right. Left hand takes the outside of your right thigh, and your right arm goes out behind you. But now we're going to bend that right arm, take the fingers down towards the floor, and then bring it up to the small of your back. So the back of the hand is in the small of your back. And then see if you can bring that right shoulder back even a bit more. And keep breathing. And then come back to center. Again, if that's unavailable to you, just twist as we did the first time, side to side. Now we'll cross left over right. We're going to sit tall, find our sit bones, float the arms out. This time we'll be twisting to our left. Again, inhale, elongate. Exhale, rotate to the left. Right hand takes the outside of your left thigh. Turn the thumb down on that left hand and bring the back of the hand behind the body to the small of your back. And you can reach across the back as much as you can. And then just twist a little deeper to the left. Again, we're opening up that shoulder area, the upper chest, a little bit more with this posture. And then come back to center and release. And then we'll do a chair twist to the back of the chair. So I'm coming up, I'm turning my chair around. And I'm going to sit with my right thigh closest to the chair back. In this twist, we're trying to get the upper body more or less parallel to the back of the chair. And for a lot of us, that's not something we're going to achieve today, so we work carefully into it. What we want to do is take hold of the chair back with your left hand and take your right hand and press it into the chair back itself. You're going to pull with the left hand, trying to bring that left shoulder closer to the chair, and you're going to press into the chair back with your right hand to bring that right shoulder back a little bit, and that'll get the upper body a little more parallel to the chair. And this is a pretty deep twist. Again, you can gaze in front of you, or you could look out over that right shoulder. And just sit for a few breaths. And then we'll release, and we're just going to move around. So now the the left thigh is closest to the chair back. We'll turn. This time I'll grasp the top of the chair back with my right hand. The left hand will press into the chair back itself, pulling the right shoulder closer, pressing the left shoulder away, and breathing. Again, if you've done a lot of raking lately or vacuuming, some of these twists can really, really feel wonderful. And then we'll release. And I'll turn my chair back around. And we'll do a little bit of the cat-cow movement. So we're seated on the chair. The hands can come to the thighs. Again, you want to bend from the hip crease and lead with your heart center for the first portion of the movement. We're going to inhale forward. This is cow. And then on the exhalation, press into your thighs and start rounding the back like a cat. And then come upright. Again, inhale forward. Exhale back and come upright. Again, inhale forward. And exhale back. And then we're going to do shoulder work while we're seated using the strap. So when you come to do these different videos and stuff, make sure you have a strap with you, have your chair, and you'll be in pretty good shape then. So we're going to just do the full range of motion for the shoulders. Again, if you do have shoulder problems and you're not advised to go into the full range of motion, don't. You'll benefit just by raising and lowering the strap in front of the body. We connect with the breath. We're going to inhale up and exhale down. Probably helps to sit a little bit more forward on the chair. Again, feel what's going on in the body. You shouldn't feel any sharp pain. If you do, stop. Just focus on your breathing. And then we're going to do a side bend again, stretching out the side body. We're going to inhale and pull down with the right hand. And then exhale, coming back up. Inhale, pull down with the left hand. Exhale, back up. Off to your right, and back to the left, and back. One more time to your right, coming back. One more time to your left, and coming back. And then we'll add a twist. Just twist off to the right, come back to center, twist to the left, and back. One more time to the right, to center, left, to center, one more time to the right, come back, and left, and back. And then we'll just release the strap for now. We'll come up to standing again. Again, if you don't want to come up to standing, mimic movements from the chair. So we'll go into the Prana Arch, which is just a simple back bend. So you're standing in mountain, grounded, strong legs, slightly tucked tailbone, pulling the navel in toward the spine as much as you can, releasing the shoulders back and down. The arms are just relaxed at the sides of the body. And then take the gaze out where the horizon would be, or perhaps a little bit above where the horizon would be. And just stay strong and grounded in this mountain pose. Visualize a beautiful mountain, crown of the head being the peak of that mountain. And then we'll move into Hastasana. We're going to take the arms overhead, reaching up towards the heavens, and just press the hips forward a bit. So this is a very gentle back bend. Come upright and move into crescent moon, interlacing the fingers, releasing the index fingers, swaying a bit to get length, and then tip off to the left. The right hip can bump out just a little bit here. And then come back and off to the right. And come back. Parting the hands, we go into Katasana, chair posture. Again, you could have a chair in front of you and rest your hands on the chair back. And then take your hands to your thighs and straighten the legs for monkey pose. We want to press the sit bones way back here. And then we stay in monkey if we have those issues I mention all the time. If you have untreated high blood pressure, if you're dizzy or congested, or if you're worried about too much pressure in your eyes, stay here. Otherwise, release the head downward and move into a forward fold. You can softly bend the knees if that helps you. Over time, you'd like to straighten the legs out. And then take your hands to your shins, straighten out, hands to the thighs, straighten out some more. And then you can come on up and take a sun breath here. And then we'll return to the chair again and do some back strengthening work. Arms out and in front, lowering ourselves down to the chair. How slow can we go? And then we're going to sit tall, float the arms out and bend, coming into the Cobra position. A forward bend here, bending at the hip crease. Inhaling here, on the exhalation, come forward and down. And breathe. Okay to pulse up and down on an exhalation, going down on the inhalation with the lungs inflating, coming up, if that feels good to you. And then inhale yourself back up and just release the hands briefly to the lap and feel the effects of the Cobra posture. Moving into locust, extending the fingers down towards the floor and then turning the palms forward. Nice deep inhalation here. Again, bend at the hip crease, lead with your heart center, come forward and down. And breathe. Pulsing up and down if that feels good to you. And then bring yourself back up. Let's do a sun breath here. And then we move into the goddess pose, which opens up the hips a little bit and gives us a little bit more of a stretch through the groin area. So we'll take the legs out at a diagonal. If you're short like I am, your heels can probably be fairly close to those chair legs. If you're long-legged, the legs can go out much farther. We want to find the base of the two sit bones and then the tailbone and sit tall on those, on that nice triangular base here. Floating the arms out, and then we bend, and this is goddess. It can be done as a standing posture as well, moving into a squatting position. Grasp imaginary weights and press them up and pull down. Again, up and down, up and down. And then take those arms in and out. And then draw your legs back to center, and we'll do the hammers and curls, palms facing your thighs. Inhale up and exhale down. And then just turn the palms forward. Inhale up, exhale down. And then release, and you can shake the hands out a little bit and open and close. Now we'll concentrate on the lower body. One of the better things we can do to help keep our knees healthy are just these simple leg lifts. You could do this while you're seated on the floor as well, and just raise the leg a couple inches off the floor, but seated on the chair is fine. We want to strengthen the muscles of the thigh and the calf to help support the knee. And we'll release back down and then take the left one up. And release down. Let's take the right foot up, working our ankles. Remember in class we want to try and work every part of the body. And do some rotations. The ankles can get a lot of compression during the course of the day, so anything we can do to help them stay healthy and strong is important. Bring the right foot down, take the left one up. Circles. And bring that down. Then sit securely on the chair and take both feet up. Here you can try and spread your toes. Remember, widespread toes can help with balance. And then come back down. And next we do a wind-relieving posture. Remember, this can be done while you're still in bed. A lot of the different movements for the legs and the feet can be. We'll draw that right leg up. Again, with any knee issues, take the back of the thigh. Otherwise, take that shin and draw it in as close to the body as you can. And when you first start yoga, perhaps you're down here, so give yourself time. We always say that yoga is a journey. So respect the journey. Try not to hurt yourself, to let the ego take over and move too quickly into any movement or posture. And then we'll take that leg more out to the side. Again, just opening up the hip a little bit more. And then we come back to center. We hold the back of the thigh. We're just going to kick out, get the flow of blood all the way down to your toe tips. Should be pretty safe for the knee. We don't have any weight on that leg. And then do some circular patterns with the lower leg. That helps to work the sides of the knee a little bit. Come back to center, kick out, extend out and down, and then just take your fingertips and massage the right knee and go all around the knee capsule. Okay, to massage that lower leg as well, if that feels good. Again, massage helps the flow of lymph throughout the body. And then we come back on top and just do a few circular patterns. And then we'll bring that leg back into alignment and take the left one up and in. And then turn that leg more to the outside. Bring it back to center, take the back of the thigh. Again, we'll kick out. We'll do some circular patterns with the lower leg. Whatever we do on one side, we want to do on the other. Don't want to be lopsided here. Extend that leg down and out and massage the left knee. Simple things that we can do to keep ourselves healthy. And then we'll draw that leg back into alignment. Let's move into a little bit of Pigeon here, which again is a nice hip opener. We'll draw the right leg up and cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Try to feel both sit bones here and sit nice and tall. And then if you choose, you can gently press into that right thigh. Avoid the knee. Press into the thigh a little bit. And then we'll release. And we'll take the left leg up. And then you can press gently into that left thigh. And then release. So we're squared forward. Let's do just 3 modified sun salutations. Again, forward bending, inhaling up, saluting the sun, and then on the exhalation, come forward and down. Take the hands to the sides of the legs and lift through the heart center as you bring yourself up. 2 more. Up to salute the sun, and then down to honor the earth. and one more here. While we're still seated here, let's do a forward bend. And I'm going to bring another chair in and just show you what can be done with another chair in front of you. So you would have the chair seat facing you. We'll take the legs out wide, and this will be a wide angled forward fold. And you can float those arms up, then bring them to the front of the chair seat and bend forward. And here you could have a cushion or a pillow on the chair seat, or you can just stack your forearms and bring the head down. This gives you a nice gentle stretch through the upper thighs, through the hip area, and through the low back. So again, that's a perfectly fine forward fold. Otherwise, you can do that same movement, perhaps using a block, and take those legs apart and just come forward slightly, a little bit more. If that feels okay, you can come forward a little bit more. And then perhaps to the block. And remember, you have the height of the block this way, or the lowest dimension of that block that you can come down to. If you have the ability, you can bring your palms to the floor, fingertips to the floor, palms to the floor, and then just release the head down. Again, a beautiful stretch affecting the back side of the body. And then come up on your fingertips, and with a strong back, just bring yourself back up. And we're going to be doing the standing postures of Warrior 1 and 2 today. And I'll just demonstrate quickly what you can do on the chair if you want to stay seated. So for Warrior 1, you'd scoot over to the right side of the chair first, and then that leg is bent. You're going to extend the left leg out behind you. Arms can go overhead then, and reach back. And then you would go to the other side. Now the right leg is forward, left leg is back. So you just mimic the movement as much as you can. And then for Warrior 2, one leg forward, one leg back. Take the arms out and then twist to the side. And then you could do that on the other side as well. So a lot can be done from the chair back or from the chair. So let's just rock back and forth, do a little bit of balance work here. Even a finger or two on the chair back can help you stay steady. And then we'll step off to the right side of the chair, and we'll go into the crane posture. So standing on the right foot or left foot, nicely balanced, nicely grounded. Find your focal point and then see if you can bring those right toes up off the floor. It's okay to fall out of the posture, just reestablish your base and go back in. And then we'll go to the opposite side. Now standing grounded on that right foot, see if you can take your left toes up off the floor. Strong standing leg. And you can release. We'll do Cosmic Dancer next, and I'm just going to demonstrate it on the chair seat. I'm going to stand on my right foot and take my left knee to the chair, and then I'll reach back for my ankle or the top of the foot. So this can be the chair-assisted Cosmic Dancer. Again, we're trying to get a good stretch to the quad muscles. And then we'll go to the other side and stretch out the right quad muscles. And we'll release. We'll try that again. You can stay with the chair. You could even do that seated on the chair seat. Let's try Cosmic Dancer, standing on the right foot, taking that left leg back. The knees are fairly close together here. Press that leg back. And then if you can release your right arm upward. And then we'll stand on the left foot. Again, use the chair as necessary to get into the posture, to stay in the posture if you need, bending that right leg back. And come back. And then we'll go into Warrior 2. And you can take your broad stance. Again, use the chair if necessary. Your left foot will be your back foot as you begin. You're going to turn those toes in slightly and turn the right foot away from the midline of the body completely. Hips and shoulders squared forward, floating the arms out. We're in a star position. We're going to turn and look over that right hand. Nice deep inhalation here. On the exhalation, just sink down. Softly bend that forward leg. The Yogic Warrior is a peacekeeper. He's a warrior of light. She is a warrior of light. Strong and compassionate. Press up. Take a moment and just have the feet parallel. And then float the arms out your back and star. Now the right toes come in a bit. Left foot turns out completely. Nice deep inhalation here, and then on the exhalation, just sink down into the posture. Always okay to have a hand on your chair back if you need. We'll press up. We'll turn the feet parallel and step the feet together and take a nice sun breath here. And then Warrior 1, stepping the right foot forward, left foot back, left toes going out to the side just a bit, floating those arms overhead again. The hands can stay at the hips if you need. Slight back bend, and then on the exhalation, bend that forward leg. Again, we're proud, we're confident, we're strong. Pressing up, releasing, and stepping together. Left foot steps forward, right foot back, squaring yourself forward. Hands at the hips or overhead, a slight back bend, and then on your exhalation, let's softly bend that forward leg. And then we'll press up, we'll release, step together, and then move into monkey pose just for a moment. And then come up and take a nice sun breath here. We're coming to the end of class. We'll end with another gentle twist, floating the arms out, stacking forearms on top of each other. As we inhale now, we'll twist to the right, and then we'll exhale back to center. Inhale to the left, exhale back. Off to the right, back to center, off to your left, and back to center. And then we close with push-pull and gathering stars from Tai Chi and Qigong. Just the arm movements here, gentle soothing movements. Nice deep inhalation here. On the exhalation, press away. Turn your palms towards you again and draw in nourishment. Exhale to cleanse the body. Inhale to nourish. Let's do 2 more. On this last one, we press any excess energy downward towards the earth. Turn the palms forward. Inhale up and gather restorative energy from the moon and the stars and bring that home to the core. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. And then we'll return to the chair for the final relaxation. Again, arms out and in front. Take every opportunity you have to strengthen your legs. Nice inhalation here. On the exhalation, slowly bring yourself down. And then we move into that period of relaxation called Shavasana again. So we close the eyes. We keep the connection with the feet on the floor. We're going to sit tall, but then we're just going to release the physical body. Release the muscles. Release and relax. Following the breath with each exhalation, remember that longer exhalation can really quiet the body and calm the mind. If you have any trouble getting to sleep at night, remember the longer exhalation as well. As we sit in Shavasana, we send ourselves an honoring message for practicing today, for all the good things that we've done for the physical body and our minds. Yoga is considered meditation in motion, so the body is nicely worked out. And when our focus is on the postures, asana, the mind can't be wandering off in all different directions. So the body is quiet now, and the mind is quiet like a beautiful mountain lake. The surface is calm, there's a beautiful reflection. The water is cool and clear. Turn your internal gaze once again towards your light, towards your heart center. And again, visualize that light radiating outward, filling your entire body. And then moving past the limits of your body to the outside world, to your neighbor, to your neighborhood, to your community, to your state, your country, the world we live in, and the planet we walk on, sending peace and light and love outward. Let's stay in this very quiet, peaceful place now for just a few minutes, breathing in, breathing out. And now we'll gently bring our awareness back to the room, to this place and time. I'd like to offer the prayer of loving kindness to you at the close of class. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe, and may all beings prosper. May all beings see the divine light shining within them. May all beings be free. Namaste. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a safe and happy holiday season, and I hope to see you here in the new year. Thanks again.